Hi everyone, this is Ilina and welcome to another LDRS creative card making video. For today's card, I'm using the very beautiful Impressions LetterPress die, plate and die. So this is A2 size and creates a window letterpress, and there's a die to cut out the center. Also, there's the very beautiful coordinating stencil, and there are 2 sentiment dies that fit perfectly in the center of this plate. It's Joy and Wonder and With You. Joy and Wonder is more Christmas themed, and With You it's everyday, or you can use it for anniversaries and such. So let's get started. I pulled out the plate from the packaging, and I will be using the LDRS Creative Watercolor plate. So I have my LetterPress platform here. I'm positioning both plates, the sentiment and the background, making sure that it's nice and centered. Okay, next what I'll do is I will get one of the A2 watercolor uh, paper panels, and I will secure it onto the plate from my Better Press platform. So I'm adding that tape on the back. Since this goes all around the edges, I didn't want that tape to be in the way. And then when I remove it, we'll have a little masked off spot. So I added that on the back. I rolled up the tape and added on the back in the four corners and also in the center. Now I'm adding black ink to my plates. I will add the plate on top here and running through my die cutting machine. So I have another piece of watercolor cardstock, and what I will do is I will just remove that background and leave that centered as it is, because we'll cut out the center on the other panel. So I'm adding that watercolor paper there, adding black ink on the Impressions letterpress plate, adding the cover on top and running it through my die cutting machine one more time. So there's our sentiment. What we'll do now is just die cut that center, and we'll have one leftover sentiment. You didn't. You can also omit inking the sentiment for when we do the background. I just added it there, and I'll save it for future use. Just trim it around. So since we're doing the letterpress and watercolor paper that it's soft and thicker, I'm adding piece of packaging, like the packaging from the plates, so that way even if I have indentation on my die cutting plate, it won't transfer to my cardstock. So that's one tip there for you, or you can use piece of vellum or a brand new cutting plate. So next I secured my letterpressed panel to my glass mat, and I'm securing the stencil on top of it. I'm just taping it. You can also use the magnets, but since it's like goes all around the corners, it's like a background plate, I decided to tape it down. And next I'm using the Lavender ink, since I'm doing more of an everyday card compared to a holiday card, so I decided to go with purple. So I'm using the Lavender hybrid ink. I'm just going all around the corners, all around the frame, and adding that ink. Once I'm done with this layer, I'll remove that stencil and add the second stencil. This is for the leaves, and I'm using the Prickly Pear Perfection for this second layer. Again, I will secure that with a couple pieces of tape, and using my blending brush, I will add that ink over the second stencil. So I kind of sped up the video here magic of YouTube. And there is our frame. So I want it a little bit more dimension. So I will use foam tape and I will add on back of that frame before I add it to my panel with the sentiment. I had a little smudge of black ink there, so I used my sand eraser to erase that little smudge. So next, as I mentioned, I'm adding some foam tape on the back. I have 3/4 of an inch foam tape, so I'm cutting it in half to make sure that it fits on back of that frame. I will remove the backing and I will add liquid adhesive so it gives me a little bit more wiggle room when I go to add that frame on top of the sentiment. So I can make sure that it's nice and straight. So I'm adding that liquid adhesive all over it. I'm just pulling it up closer as I cannot reach with my left arm further away from me. Okay, so there's our background. Next, what we'll do, we'll add it on top folded white note card. I made this note card using white cardstock. I cut it to 11 by 4 1/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2, and then folded it. Next, I added some adhesive, and I'm adding some white pearls to add a little bit more sparkle to my card. And this finishes our card for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified for any new videos, and also visit our blog for more ideas and more inspiration. Thank you so much and hope you have a fantastic day.